You know you're going to be living in either Palm Bay or Melbourne and you still want to live in the water? Well, in this video, I'm going to introduce you to 3 tributaries to the Indian River where you'll be able to live on the water, where you can have a boat and access to the intercoastal waterways without the intercoastal prices. This location is going to be ideal if you're working for L3 Harris, Northrop Grumman, Raytheon, Embraer, or one of the many other locations that are near the Melbourne Airport or in the city of Palm Bay. So stick around. If this is your first time here, my name's Eric Larkin and I'm a real estate agent here on the Space Coast. Besides doing regular videos like these, I also help folks buy and sell real estate. And if you have plans of moving into our area, I'd love an opportunity to help. Let's get on with the video. We're going to be starting in Palm Bay and working our way north. Let's start with the Turkey Creek. The Turkey Creek is a tributary to the Indian River and it's in the northeast section of Palm Bay. It is Port Malabar Road on the north side of it, or Palm Bay Road on the south side of it, and this is all on the east end of town, really close to US 1. If you drive through this area, it's like visiting old Florida. You have the huge oak trees casting their shade. There's a lot of cabbage palm trees. Homes in this area were built, turn of the century 1900s all the way up to new construction. Most of the homes in this area were built in the 1970s or 1980s. Cool thing about this area is it's about to get a major facelift. The city of Palm Bay recently sold the Pelican Harbor Marina to Space Coast Marinas, and this area will become the Bayfront Redevelopment District. So the plans are to give a $10 million facelift to the marina. They're going to be adding a boardwalk to the river. We're going to see restaurants, we're going to see retail, and we're also going to see an outdoor entertainment venue too. Really looking forward to seeing this. Next up is the Crane Creek of Melbourne. The Crane Creek enters the Indian River just south of 192, near historic downtown Melbourne. More than likely, if you're going to be living in this area, you're going to be in a townhome or you're going to be living in a condominium, because there's only a handful of homes in this particular area. The townhomes will either have water views or you'll have access to the Crane Creek itself. The condos that are on the east side of US 1, you're either going to be on Crane Creek or you'll be fortunate enough to be overlooking the Indian River. Some of the condos in this area do come with a boat slip. Otherwise, there is a marina right there near US 1 and 192. The townhome options you have in this area are on the north side of the Crane Creek. You have Crane Creek Landing that were built between 2016 and 2021, and you have the new luxury Water Edge townhomes that are being built today, and their expected occupancy in 2023. These give you water views with the option of launching a kayak. And if you do have an interest in these properties, you're going to have to park your boat at one of the nearby marinas to have access to the Indian River. And for the homes that are in this area, the Crane Creek between Indian River and Babcock, there are a handful of homes that were in this area. They were built between the early 1900s and the 2000s. Please be patient if you really want this area. The good thing is the homes are, for the most part, on an acre of land or more, and you can walk to historic downtown Melbourne from this particular area too, which I think is always a bonus. Heading up the intercoastal, we come to the Ogallie River. This is located just south of the Ogallie Causeway, which is where the Ogallie Art District is, between US 1 and the river. If you're living on the east side of US 1, you have Ballard Park, which is the south edge of the Ogallie River, and there are a handful of homes on the north side of the Ogallie River there, which actually backs up to EGAD, or the Ogallie Arts District. Taking the Ogallie River under the US 1, so on the west side of US 1, you have homes on both the north and the south banks of the Ogallie River. There are 2 condos in this area too that are off of the Ogallie River. You have the Spring Creek condos, which give you a view of a little portion of the Ogallie River. And then you also have the Ogallie Club condominium, which are on the east side of US 1. These condos overlook the marina that leads to the Indian River. The condos here do not come with boat slips, but with the Ogallie Marina right there, you have the option of either purchasing a slip or renting a slip from the marina. So those are the 3 tributaries to the Indian River that are either in Palm Bay or the city of Melbourne. These are great locations to consider if you want to be on the water that has access to the intercoastal without that intercoastal price. Depending on where you live in either of these 3 three areas, you've got to be mindful of the type of boat that you have. If you have a pontoon boat, a jet boat, or some type of bass boat that has a very shallow drift, you could live on either the east or the west side of US 1. If you have a bigger boat like a sailboat or a cabin cruiser of some type that has either you need more water underneath you or you got to be mindful of the bridges, you definitely should consider east side of US 1. Unless you plan on keeping your boat in a marina, then it necessarily doesn't matter. All three of these areas are ideal if you have a kayak or paddleboard. All three of these areas are also ideal if you want to live in a location that gets you up close to the Florida wildlife that's always attracted to water here in our great state. And if you aren't necessarily looking to live on the water, but you want to live in a waterfront community that is also easy access to a public boat ramp, all three of these sections near Turkey Creek, Crane Creek, and the Ogallie River also have public boat ramps, so that's a great option for you too. But as you do your research, if you think Palm Bay or Melbourne maybe isn't right for you, keep in mind that all of our beach communities that are along A1A corridor, Cocoa Beach, Satellite Beach, Indialantic, Indian Harbor, all have canalways that lead to the Banana River that can get you to the intercoastal. Also, all of Merritt Island has waterways as well, the Banana River side, that you'll either be on the rivers themselves or you'll be in canalways that could lead you to the rivers too. Bottom line, Brevard County is an amazing place to live if you want to live on or near the water. And no matter where you decide to live here in Brevard County, I'm here to help you with the move. Just call me, text me, leave me a comment below. And if you stuck around this long, you probably like what you're hearing. If you haven't done so already, you should consider hitting that subscribe button. I'm also queuing up 2 more videos right here for you to watch next. My name's Eric Larkin with Real Brokers. I appreciate you stopping by, and I'll see you on the next tour.